All right, thanks for joining us. A lot to talk about with Danny Seiden from the Arizona Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Thanks for doing this again.
No, Mike, happy to be here. It's been a busy couple weeks.
Yeah, it's been a crazy time.
Yeah.
Couple of things in the legislature we have to catch up on. Let's start with the piece of legislation that's trying to help keep the D-backs at Chase Field. Kind of stalled, but it's for budget reasons. Where is it and why?
Yeah, so it made it out of one of its two committees that had to get through in the Senate. It got to Senate Appropriations, and the D-backs made the decision to pull it from Senate Appropriations and do it as part of the budget. It's a better strategic move for them to do. We again saw Mayor Phoenix come down and I would say unsuccessfully lobby to stop it out again in the other committee, but she's been gaining momentum with some of the Democratic members on her arguments about this takes away money from coffers that could go to the, police, firefighters, and puts it in the hand of a billionaire. None of that is accurate, Mike. None of that is accurate. The way the bill is designed, it does take revenues that are derived from the stadium and put it back into the stadium. So it's not giving billionaires anything. It's certainly not taking anything away from police or fire.
But isn't this similar to what the Cardinals are doing at State Farm Stadium, where it is a capture of the revenue inside the stadium, but there's specific areas the money's got to be spent on improvements in the stadium?
Yeah, I mean, the Cardinals have their own, financial governance thing with ASTA, the Arizona Sports and Tourism Authority, which voters approved. It is a similar model. It's not exactly the same. There's a little bit of a hotel and rental car thing that were part of that when it passed. But no, it's the same idea. These things pay for themselves, yes.
So a little bit of frustration for me, first of all, is I think there's such a big part of the culture here and the investment, but it's the future investment and development around the stadium. But it's also, what is the loss to the city of Phoenix if the revenue leaves from those games that are played? Was it $140 million just from the World Series run?
World Series run, yeah, that's absolutely right. Yeah, Mike, downtown will go back to being a ghost town if the Diamondbacks leave. That portion where they're at, what that would do to those restaurants, to those small businesses, it would devastate them. And we're hearing from them. They're the ones testifying. I mean, I've seen such an interesting coalition that's been built here from us, the whole business community, because we know what it means to the state, to small businesses, to, Animal Welfare League, to the unions. I mean, unions, non-union labor, everyone's supporting this bill right now, but not the mayor of Phoenix.
But also the investment in Diamondbacks charities and the building of Little League fields and underwriting Little League. Yeah. There are so many advantages to having these pro sports teams here. I would think we would do what we can, in fairness to the taxpayer, to keep them.
And you're absolutely right. We just had opening weekend for a lot of those Little League teams this past weekend, out there playing in Diamondbacks jerseys on Diamondbacks fields all over the state, not just in Maricopa County. So I think the community knows they want them to stay. They don't love the idea that it's a giveaway to billionaires. Nobody likes that, but that's not what it is. So again, we have to keep our messaging clear, explain what it is, and I believe we will get this. And even the mayor of Phoenix knows what she loses if the Diamondbacks leave. So again, there's going to be deals made. It'll come out as part of the budget, and I think you'll see a different proposal.
And the last thing is, everybody has to understand, this is a publicly owned facility. The Diamondbacks don't own it. So they shouldn't be on the hook to repair a lot of the things that are infrastructure.
No, Mike, that's correct. And again, it wouldn't make sense for them to try and fix it right now because they don't own the building. So that's its own challenge. This is a mechanism that allows them to put the majority of money to do this fix. By the way, we don't say that enough. The Diamondbacks have paid more than anyone else and will pay more than anyone else on these repairs and updates.
Of their own. Okay. Yeah. All right. I wanted to catch up on that. I want to ask you about another piece of legislation. We're lucky enough to have Danny for one more segment. We're going to talk about Axon and a business in Scottsdale next.